The warden picked up a book and hurled it at the wall. To his astonishment, the book passed right through it. Perplexed, he stood up and walked over to investigate. What he discovered was that the once solid wall had been replaced by a mud-covered newspaper, and somewhere along the way, a hole had been dug through it. Had the prisoner escaped through this very spot? He immediately summoned the chief inspector. Upon hearing the report, the inspector immediately crawled inside. To his astonishment, the opening was solid. The prisoner hadn't escaped this way. Moreover, the tunnel had been deliberately dug at an angle. Just as the inspector prepared to retreat, he slipped and tumbled down, nearly breaking his leg. He frantically tugged the rope, signaling the guards outside to pull him out. After a considerable struggle, he finally emerged. Measurements revealed the passage was 30 meters long. The warden was perplexed. How could someone have dug such a deep tunnel in just half a year? The inspector picked up a spoon nearby, indicating this was the tool used. He then leaned back toward the hole.
加快挖掘的速度。
哎，你怎么知道的？
张嘴。
咸的。
The salt came from the daily meals. Each time the guards delivered food, the woman would smear the soup broth on the walls to accelerate the erosion of the soil. Then she dug relentlessly day and night with the spoon. But this required immense time, so she requested a large stack of books from the prison, claiming she would study daily in her cell. In truth, these books served another purpose, to conceal the tunnel entrance. She spread the soil evenly over paper, soaked it, and plastered it onto the wall. This way, the guards couldn't detect it during inspections. She could uncover it when needed. Then, bit by bit, the digging began. But what to do with the soil? Simple. The prison sat atop a mountain, where fierce winds often blew. She simply scattered the soil out the window. The gales would carry it away. Half a year later, the passage was nearly complete. The woman's meticulous escape plan officially commenced. Having remained confined to her cell for so long, she vanished from public view. Everyone had forgotten she existed. That day, the warden arrived for an inspection. All were dancing, while the guards busied themselves with flattery. None noticed. She had slipped outside. She walked right past everyone, toward the warden's car. When the guard came to deliver meals, he noticed the woman who should have been at the door was nowhere to be seen. Realizing something was wrong, he rushed inside to check, only to find an empty cell. Where was the prisoner? She had already hidden under the car. He immediately sounded the alarm, and the prison erupted in chaos. To ensure the warden's safety, the warden personally escorted them to the vehicle. Unbeknownst to him, the prisoner had slipped away right under his nose. By the time he reached the cell, only the passageway remained visible, but it was merely a diversion, a ruse the woman used to distract the guard and buy time. By the time she crawled back through the passageway, 25 minutes had passed. The woman had already exited the vehicle, and awaiting her was the dawn of freedom.